Are you ready to unlock the secrets of alchemy and the 7 mystical stages? For a very long time, the desire for gold was the primary motivation behind the pursuit of alchemy. However, historically, alchemy wasn't solely focused on the acquiring of gold, but instead was a blend of philosophy and science. It had both practical and mystical aspects to it, and was known to liberate the soul from its attachment to matter, which involves releasing one's essence from the physical personality to achieve contentment, harmony, and awareness in order for one to live freely. Alchemy became popular in Europe during the 12th century, which was at the same time as the Inquisition was formed. The Inquisition was an influential institution established in the Catholic Church that conducted rigorous and merciless investigations to identify and penalize heresy across Europe and the Americas. Today, heresy refers to spiritual beliefs that are commonly held and openly expressed throughout the world. Beginning in the 12th century and continuing for hundreds of years, the Inquisition became infamous for the severity of its tortures and its persecution of many. The essence of spiritual alchemy itself is purification. Therefore, those following the ancient path of spirituality use the metaphor of alchemy, which is transforming metals into gold, which is actually the transmuting of the base physical self into the gold of the divine spirit. In order to practice their craft, spiritual alchemists had to find a front to protect themselves and their interest from the Inquisition. Therefore, they used alchemy or chemistry. But in fact, behind it all, it was spiritual alchemy, which was the transmuting of base metal, the base physical self, into the pure gold of the divine spirit. Throughout the centuries, alchemy has been closely associated with obtaining riches and eternal life. But this perception is largely inaccurate, leading to the transformation of alchemy into a pseudo-science focused on transmuting lead into gold. Today, alchemy is often regarded as a mysterious practice, a remnant of a bygone era. However, there is a wealth of knowledge and insight to be gained from this esoteric and ancient philosophy, which is defined as the divine secret. Despite common misperceptions, alchemy is not merely concerned with turning base metals into gold. Rather, it is a hidden science that leads to enlightenment, inner freedom, and the realization of one's authentic self. The renowned 20th century psychiatrist Carl Jung is commonly recognized as the main advocate and promoter of alchemy. He believed that alchemy was a powerful means of conveying the fundamental symbols of life, and was therefore an excellent tool for psychological understanding. Materia prima, the philosopher's stone, and pure gold are the 3 most powerful and commonly known symbols relating to alchemy. The idea of materia prima, which is first matter or primal material, can be traced back to Aristotle, the ancient Greek philosopher and scientist. Aristotle understood that this invisible force holds all forms in existence together. This force is spirit, the unseen force, the field of pure potential that can only come into existence when it is embodied within form. Through exploring the materia prima, we can embark on a quest to discover the Philosopher's Stone, which represents spiritual liberation and transforms our base qualities into the pure gold of divine spirit. You may ask, what is the purpose of studying spiritual alchemy? Maps are necessary for us to navigate and understand ourselves and our surroundings. When it comes to the inner self and the quest for spiritual enlightenment, alchemy has been one of the most ancient practices and allegories available. There are 7 mystical steps of spiritual alchemy, which are calcination, realizing the mind doesn't reflect who we really are. We begin the calcination of our ego. We realize that the attachments we have formed through the limitations of the mind do not accurately reflect our true essence. Dissolution, less identification with the conditioned mind. This step marks the beginning of feeling less identification with our illusory sense of self. We start the process of dissolving the veil of the egoic self, separation, extracting the hidden parts of ego identification. This stage represents the observation of the intellect and involves extracting and separating the hidden parts of ego identification that rise to the surface in plain view of our conscious awareness. Conjunction creates a simmering, embracing all aspects of self. This process creates an inner space, a simmering that allows us to fully and sincerely embrace all aspects of our being. Fermentation, beginning of rebirth. This is where the magic happens and marks the beginning of the rebirth process. We begin to blend the conditioned self, making way for the integration process of the divine. Distillation, a deeper level of purification. In this step, the essence is liberated from matter. A sort of battle of the wills occurs between the physical and spiritual self. The mystic must honestly examine and accept their shadow aspects to continue progressing. This is evident when we think we have reached the pinnacle of truth, but in reality, we have only scratched the surface. Coagulation, uniting with the materia prima. There is a meeting between all opposing forces, a union of dualities. We let go of the dualistic mind. It is in this stage that we are balanced. We understand that the inner world and the outer world are not different, but simply reflections of each other. Our consciousness unites with the materia prima, merging with the pure gold of spirit. This video is part of a new video series that explores each of the 7 stages of spiritual alchemy in more depth. This will help you to understand and work on your spiritual path with much more clarity and vision. You can use the various steps of spiritual alchemy to better understand where you are and where you're going on a path that can otherwise feel quite disorienting and confusing, bringing you clarity and connection. Look out for Step 1 of Spiritual Alchemy coming soon, or hit the notification bell to be notified of all coming videos. Thank you for watching. If you found this video interesting, please show your support by hitting the like button below this video. Your feedback helps me to create more helpful videos for you. It also helps this channel to reach more people around the world.